Hello everyone, I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to make a vintage style typography. Now for this one I need some elements like these are the colors I'll be using for this design. This is a sunglass PNG I found from Google. I can just trace it to make it a vector. Now that is not something will be copyrighted, so that's good. This is, and now I will need some other elements, so I'm going to use one of these from free pick, this palm tree or coconut tree. I don't sure very much, I'm not sure. Now this one I'm going to use here, and here is another vector pack, so I'm going to use some of these elements to represent my design. Now for this one here I will just add the download links. They are all free to download, so you can download them from freepik. Now before starting the design I need to make sure that everything here is in just a fill color, no strokes on them. So I'm making them everything in fill and of course in black color. I don't need anything else. So as you can see I added this color group in my swatch panel, of course, like this, but let's not focus on there. This is the text I'm going to use for this design. Now for this one I'm going to use a bolder looking font, so something like this, maybe now, yeah, now alt black, that is really bold, or black. So I'm using a all caps version here. This vibes one I'm going to use maybe like a scripted font, not that one. Yeah, this is looking good. Or maybe, okay, let's just use my milky brush. That font is really good. Yeah, that much. Okay, so this is my font. I don't need them to act like a font anymore. I'm breaking them. That is good. Now I need to just make these vibes a bit bigger, something like this, not very much bigger that it becomes the focus one. This summer and the vibes, I want to keep the summer bigger, the vibes smaller. So something like this in this position, that is good. Make sure that they are centrally aligned, that is good. I am selecting this vibe text, go to object, then path, and then offset path. Now for this one I want to create a offset path, of course. Let's click OK, and without clicking anywhere else I'm clicking on this unite option. That will make it a unite, everything in unite, one single shape. So let's Ctrl X to cut it. I'm just okay. So this time we are not going to do transparency, and why not I will explain later, but for now I am selecting the summer text. I'm pressing Ctrl F to paste in front. That offset part is just pasted where it was. Now again pressing shift and clicking on the summer text, so this offset part of the vibes and the summer text is now selected. I'm pressing alt and click here minus front, so that will create this transparency effect here, the cutout effect. Let's expand them, so that is good. Once they are in position, let's just group them. So we don't need that their positions, something like this, that is good. Let's create the design first. So this is the sunglass image here. I'm going to use it something like this here, but these lines are a bit thinner. I want them to be a bit more thicker, so I'm going to object path and then offset path to create a thicker lines, maybe this much, or let's make it 20 point, that is good, 20 pixel. Click OK, Ctrl X to cut. Now I don't need this one, let's delete. Now press Ctrl F again, so we have the thicker version of the sunglass right now. Let's select them and then place them center wise, that is good. Now for this one here, this design, we are going to create a different kind of effect here, and for that I will need these color groups. So I'm making them a group, and I am bringing a copy of it, not the whole color, just a copy of it, placing them something like this in this area, just a little bit bigger than the original text here. So this much, yeah, that is good. Let's just drag it all the way, so it's just looking like this. I'm selecting, for right now I am just ungrouping this text, so I'm selecting this summer group and this color group. Now I am pressing shift M for shape builder and press alt and then erase the extra part that you don't want. So I don't want anything that is overlapping with my text here, just like this. What we are doing, it will be visible in a while. So let's complete this process, do it how I am showing. Okay, make sure that no color is visible from any angle, so that is good. Now I am pressing V for my selection tool. Now I am selecting this black text of the summer, and then if I move it, delete it, we have the text here only in colors, so that is good. Now bring another copy here, again the same process. For this one here, I am going to make it same size for my vibes text, make it bigger, select the vibe text, press shift M for shape builder, erase anything that is overlapping with our text from every area, so that is good. It is just a very repeating process, but at the end you will learn something new, obviously, like my regular videos. Okay, so something like this. Now no color is visible, let's delete the black. So as you can see, we have cool looking text here. Let's bring a copy here. I will just do these same things over and over. Again another version for here. Let's make it a bit smaller, make it bigger, then make sure that it is a little bigger than the shape. Selecting these two, pressing shift M, erase it, something like this. Yeah, that is good. Okay, sorry for that. Let's press shift M again, erase this part. Now that is good. I just want to keep the outline here, not everything that is inside the sunglass. So let's select them again. Now if I erase it, the inside part of the colors, that is how I want it to be. Let's erase the black. So this part is done right now. Let's make them a group. Ctrl G to group them. Now I am going to use my this palm tree here. Now this one I am going to use inside my transparency. So Ctrl X to cut. Now selecting this group, open the transparency. Let's press Ctrl V to paste. Now as you can see, this is how it is going to look right now. Okay, before that, let's create a black rectangle for our graphic, and then of course Ctrl X, Ctrl B to paste in back. Let's lock the layer, the black one, so it will not move. Now if I select my text and go inside the transparency, I can clearly see what I am doing here. So it should be a bit smaller in size, something like this. This S is obvious text, so we don't need to worry about that very much. Maybe a bit like this. So we are just okay, we'll do that later. Let's place one here in the inside the R, that is just to give it a summer kind of sunset looking effect here, so that is good. Now this one here, again reflect. Okay, I want to place in this area one, maybe just to, I just want to represent the leaves of the summer, the palm trees, nothing else. This is not a problem here. So let's select on here, maybe a bit smaller in size because this text are small and there should be some proportions, like this one. Right click, transform, reflect, that is good. Now on for this area, maybe I'm just giving it a feel like this, a view like this, that much is good for us. Maybe another one here in this area. Don't worry about the look here, it is just going to look cool. So that is good, that effect is good here. Now we wanted to use these effects, so I am placing this umbrella, something like this. Maybe yeah, that is good. I'm selecting my eraser tool to erase this part. I don't want to overlap that. Now I'm selecting them both, and then if I click on this unite, it is going to become one single shape, so that much is good. Now for this one here, this sharp board, I'm going to like rotate a little. Okay, not that much, something like this. Then right click, transform, reflect, copy. It is going to give me a copy, something like this. This one I am going to rotate a little bit, that is good. This coconut here maybe, but in a rotated way, something like this. So I am selecting these three, or maybe just I can make a offset path for it. That much is a bit bigger, that is good. Ctrl X to cut, select this one, Ctrl F to paste in front, again press shift and click here, press alt and click on this minus front. It is going to look like that, so that is good. This time we are not using the transparency effect here, because I just want to keep everything the gaps visible, because we are using shape builder for erasing the parts. So something like this maybe, yeah, that is good. Let's make it a bit smaller. I just want to keep every color that is visible here, that is good. Let's just create a copy here and then maybe a bit bigger like that, that is good. Let's select everything here, press shift M. I'm going to erase everything that is visible from this area. Make sure that you are not erasing any extra part, so that is good. Let's erase them. You see, we are just keeping this color options, nothing else, nothing fancy here. Shift M for shape builder, erasing these parts. Okay, I get a complaint like I work too fast and it's hard to follow, but this is just the same things I do in my every video. Every day I'm doing this over and over, so it just that is speed it comes. Keep practicing. So I'm erasing that part. Now for this two, I'm going to make it smaller and then place it something like this area, in this area, just like this. Just want to overlap it with the, I just want to fill the gaps here. As you can see, the last color is this, I don't know what that called, jet green or something. So it is just perfectly matching with my design, and everything we have here we will just follow, because we are using the same color group for them, something like this. Now I want that coconut to be visible a little bit, of course, something like this, but not like floating. So I'm selecting it and then placing it like this, just to give it a look like it is on, it is placed in the ground. So for this one here, this coconut group here, if I create a offset path for it, something like this, or a bit smaller in size, that is good. Let's Ctrl X to cut it. Now that is overlapping this shape and this shape. Let's make them a group. Open that transparency, press Ctrl F, that is going to paste in front. Let's make it black. So as you can see, it is looking like this, and yeah, that is good. So this is my final design right now. I can do add some twist in my design, of course, always. If I select this group, okay, first step is I am going to select everything here, then make them a group again. So the transparency I will need to open again, because it is a new group, so that is good. Okay, let's get rid of the transparency first. I'm using my pen tool here. Let's press shift X for converting into a stroke. Let's make it a bit bigger. Now I'm going to make it something like this option here, or a bit bigger maybe. Okay, this much is good. Let's expand it. I don't want that to act like a font, sorry, a stroke, so I make it a fill by expanding. Let's Ctrl X to cut. Now if I select this group, inside the transparency I will paste it just like this. As you can see, it is looking like that. You maybe already get the point what I am going to do here, something like this. Then another option here, make sure that you are not doing this like too many times, something like this, on here, on here. Okay, that much is good. Let's bring a copy here, rotate like this, then place them inside the, like between this shapes of this part, that is looking like this. This one should be look like this. Now that part is done. Let's copy this, and I don't want this part, so let's Okay, this is the same process. Let's bring some here, then maybe just select them again, bring on group here, make a copy, reflect, sorry, rotate like this. That is basically reflecting. Place here and then here, so it is just going to give it a this line kind of effect. That is really good. Now I need to do something like I need to use some grants texture here, because this is a vintage looking design and here the grants texture works very well. So I am selecting my this group again. Okay, we have the transparency opened, and inside the transparency press Ctrl V, it is going to paste our that grants texture. Maybe a bit bigger in size. Yeah, that much is good. Let's just place it. So this is the real way of placing grants texture inside the transparency, and that will make it really cut out and the effect will look cool. So as you can see guys, this is the final design for our this video, and this is looking really cool. I really like this design. So that's all for today's video guys. Let me know in the comment section if you have any question, if you want to know anything about the design, any part you didn't understand, you can make a comment. Subscribe to my channel and join my Facebook group for the download links of them. I hope you will learn something new by practicing this one. So that's it guys, have a great time. Thank you everyone, see you soon.